Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime with Miss Dymond. I am Miss Dymond and I love reading stories to children. Do you know why I love reading stories to children? I love reading stories to children to help you learn valuable life lessons. Here on each episode of Storytime, Miss Dymond really loves reading fables because fables have a built-in lesson to each story. So if you're ready, sit back and listen to the details of the story, so at the end you can answer a few questions. Are you ready? Today's story is called The Cracked Pot. Once upon a time, there lived a poor man who carried water to his master's house. He had 2 pots. One had a crack in it and was leaking. By the time the poor man reached the house, there would be only half left in the cracked pot. That's because half of the water leaked out. The other pot was still full. The cracked pot felt bad for the poor man. The pot said, "I feel sorry for you. Due to water leaking from the crack I have, I'm not able to hold all of the water for you. I feel ashamed of myself. I am of no use to you." The poor man said, "I'm not sure if you have noticed. You have saved me a lot of time and effort. Since you keep dripping half of the water, I sowed flower seeds all along the way. Earlier, I used to walk all the way to the market, which is far from here, to buy flowers. Now, thanks to you, cracked pot, the dripping water helps grow those plants. It saves me from watering them myself. And I have beautiful flowers to decorate my master's home every day. Those flowers make my master happy, too. It would be impossible if you were not the way you are." The poor man made the pot realize that his flaw was actually a strength that could be used by the poor man to water flowers. The pot was happy to know that the poor man found him useful, and that pot never felt bad about himself again. That's the story for today. Let's review what happened. A man walked back and forth to the market with 2 pots. One pot had a crack in it, so it would leak water all the way back home. And the pot felt very bad because it felt inadequate. The pot couldn't hold all the water because of its crack. But what he didn't realize is that the man thought about it and said, "If this pot is going to leak out water, I'm going to plant flowers all along the way. So as the water leaks out, it will water the flowers." That man thought of a benefit to having a cracked pot. So what do you think the life lesson is in this story? Oftentimes we feel like we have a flaw or a fault, and we focus on it so much, and we just think about what's so terrible about it. But if we try to look from another perspective, we can realize that flaw that we think we have is okay. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has faults. But we don't have to focus on it. We can think of a positive way to use that trait. We can think of something positive to do with that trait or that thing that we think is a flaw. And remember, everybody has them. Just get creative in how you can turn around or use your faults and your flaws. And if you really want to change them, you can do that too, and turn your flaws into strengths. Don't try to overlook your flaws, boys and girls. It's part of who you are. It makes up the whole person. And you are a whole person, not just your flaws. Love both your flaws and your strengths, for they make you unique in who you are. And that's today's vocabulary word, unique. When you are unique, you are different from everyone else. If something is unique, it is different from everything else. And often that uniqueness makes it special and memorable. So the message from this story today is, love yourself. Love your flaws, love your strengths, love and appreciate all of who you are. So that's it for this episode of Storytime with Miss Dymond. I hope you enjoyed that lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you stop focusing so much on your flaws and remember that you are a whole, unique person. Miss Dymond loves you just the way you are. Big hug to everyone out there watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Please give this a thumbs up. And leave me a comment. I want to know someone is out there listening. See you next time on another episode of Storytime with Miss Dymond. Bye-bye.